Okay Len, the word on the street is I might have potentially gone a little bit overboard on Dainuki's learn set, so let's use it in this video and find out. The first Dainuki we'll use is the bulk up and rejuvenate spamming one, which I'll say immediately is a little gimmicky. But we're running 200 health TPs along with 200 range defense TPs and a very clever personality to be as range tanky as possible. We don't really need to invest into our energy stats, so 4 TPs will do there. Lastly, the 96 melee attack TPs are leftovers. I put them into melee attack to let us do a little bit more damage, but you could also put them into melee defense to become even tankier. For the held item, we're going to be going with a health amulet for the passive health regen. Then for the ability, we're going to be using the secret ability Handy, which will give all of our support moves priority. And finally for the moves, we have rejuvenate to heal, bulk up to become tankier on the melee side and to also let us hit harder, scapegoat will let us avoid status ailments, but it will also make it a little bit easier to spam bulk up and rejuvenate. And the last move that I have is body slam to let us do damage. Although, you can switch this out for any other damaging move of your choice. Okay then, hopping into the first battle, and this is actually a really good matchup. I see one range attacker, maybe two, Malmort could also be mixed or ranged, but primarily melee. Looking pretty good, although two of them can hit us super effective, so we have to be a little bit careful at the very least. Okay then, let's go for the Mamask lead. We're going to try and get some Babs up immediately. This is a Malmort Claw. I think we'll be fine. We could actually provoke it as well. Yeah, I'm going to stay and I'm going to get some Babs up. I really want like as much extra damage as possible, because the only issue for Dainuki is, for like this bulk up one that people are using, you don't really do that much damage until you're at like, what, +3 or more bulk up, so getting any little bit of extra damage is always going to be good. There's a landslide. Okay, so it is a range attacker, so hey, getting rid of this sooner rather than later is always going to be a good thing. We could go for another layer of Babs. I kind of just want to hit it low with a slap down. Okay, they actually go for the withdrawal immediately into Joltooth. Okay, slap down probably won't do much. This is probably their soul burst, I'm going to assume. Yeah, I didn't get rid of any item. I guess we could go for more barbs? I kind of, maybe provoke would be good just so the Joltooth doesn't sweep me, but I mean, Zulong should outspeed it, and I have got priority rejuvenate on Dainuki, so I think we'll be fine, but I should probably play it safe and go for a provoke. Okay, we outspeed it. They don't go for the soul burst. Maybe they don't have it unlocked. Tase! Okay, I'm fine with that. Although now that does mean it is going to paralyze me. Let's just go for more Babs here. We don't really necessarily need to do more damage to Joltooth. So yeah. Okay. Very interesting. Also, because the new Loomians are banned in ranked, that also means you can't use them in competitive, which I actually didn't know until just now as I was trying to record this. So you can't even queue into the competitive queue with Dainuki or any of the new Loomians. So I'll probably have to think about that a little bit. I feel like you probably either should, or we might need, like, I don't know, a casual queue, because it's really difficult to actually use the new Loomians, so I'm actually just sending people casual battle requests. This is just a straight up range attacking Joltooth. This might be like an adventure team, so I'm not going to make too much fun of it, but I mean, it's kind of working against my Mamask, I guess, so I can't really say anything. Let's just go for another slap down. We're just going to let Mamask go down. Because Joltooth doesn't really do any damage on the range side, we could probably just go into Dainuki now and just start setting up. I think we go for a Scapegoat first low, so I'm immune to Tase. That's basically the primary reason why we have Scapegoat. We can avoid like Toxics, I'm being poisoned, burns, freezes, paralyzes, and we can also like avoid secondary effects as well for the exact same things. Okay, they go for the withdrawal into Wrestling. Yeah, this is definitely the right play. This is gonna absolutely nuke us. It is gonna be funny though if this is also a range attacker. This is one of the lowest range attack stats in the game, I'm pretty sure, for a fully evolved Loomian. I guess we can go for a bulk up to Scout. I might be able to live one Brawler type move after a bulk up and my Scapegoat goes down. I guess we'll see. Driving Force. Oh, that's actually really bad. That is actually really, really bad. We can try and waste their energy, I guess, by going for multiple scapegoats. It is kind of eating into my energy low, so yeah, this is actually like not that great. We have got health amulet. We're just gonna get. We're gonna lose all of our stat increases. No, no, that is actually so bad. I mean, yeah, driving force works. Eventually, I'm gonna run out of energy or health, so I can't go for a scapegoat again. So I'll have to go for a rejuvenate, and that's gonna force me out of the battle, and I just lose all my stat increases. Electro punch. Is that gonna break? Oh, that doesn't break scapegoat. Okay, that is actually perfect for me because now I gotta go for a rejuvenate, which means I gotta go for even more scapegoats. So they kind of messed up there. They should just kept going for driving force. And yep, now we just go for scapegoats again. Now, hopefully they make that mistake again so I can get a nice juicy rest off. Because yeah, we fixed my health issue, but my energy issue is starting to appear as well. Okay, tank Mutagon, that's fine. We could start doing damage, but we don't really need to. I think we just go for another bulk up this turn. Oh, but at the same time, because we have Scapegoat up, it might be better to rest. Just because if they do break our Scapegoat, then I don't need to like take a hit next turn. I guess we'll see. +2, I might be able to take that pretty well. Okay, that actually doesn't break my Scapegoat. Not the best team to showcase this against, but I mean, it's all the same once Dainuki gets to +6. The main issue is, are the opponents going to let you get there? Which, if they actually kept the driving force wrestling in, I think I probably wouldn't have gotten there, to be honest. Okay, so that's +3. Just 3 more bulk ups is all I need. We most likely need to go for another Scapegoat low here. Yeah, that's fine. And then I need to go for a rest to get all of my energy back. So, Scapegoat first low, because knowing my luck, I'm probably going to get critical hitted. So we gotta be a little bit careful, especially because if they're using Cerebral Slash, it has a higher critical hit chance. Okay, Mega Punch, that's fine. We can just go for a nice fat rest here. I'm gonna get basically all of my energy back. Actually, I think I get all of my energy back once we get the passive energy at the end of the turn. Close enough. Okay, Scapegoat back up again. Then we can go for 1 bulk up, then a Scapegoat, then a bulk up. Basically just cycling back and forth. Because our Scapegoat can take... Oh, Brawn boost. Now they're gonna break all of my Scapegoats. Okay, I think we actually start going for Body Slams just to start doing more damage because they might potentially go for another Brawn boosts. Okay, and that Mutagon... Oh, no. It doesn't have tank. Tank should have got broken by the barbs. So I think we actually just go for another Body Slam just to get rid of it. I mean, Dainuki is actually doing pretty decent damage. Okay, critical hit. I'll take it, man. I am not complaining about that. Actually doing pretty decent damage. Like, the attack stat isn't terrible, but it's like maybe slightly better than average. And it doesn't have like a power increasing ability, so you're really relying on the bulk ups. And yeah, priority bulk ups and rejuvenates doesn't really seem that fun. So maybe as a nerf, I could potentially get rid of one of those. I think priority rejuvenate is fine because it's just like a pure simple type. I think I might get rid of bulk up low if people want it to lose one of those, just to see how it goes. But I'll give it a little bit of time first and get the community feedback. Okay, there's Malmark. We just go for a Scapegoat here, just to scout what they're gonna do. And hey, if this doesn't have Driving Force, I'm just gonna go back to spamming bulk ups. Okay, there's my Scapegoat, and I'm assuming Landslide maybe? No, they do have Driving Force. I'm about to lose my boost again, man. Damn, this is really unfortunate. So yeah, really not like the greatest team to fight against, although my Scapegoat didn't get broken immediately, so that means I actually can still set up against this. We have to try and manage low my energy and health, because if one of them gets too low and I can't use Scapegoat, it is a wrap. It is just a wrap. So Landslide is fine. I basically just have to keep going for Scapegoat. I don't think Landslide alone will get rid of my Scapegoat from full health, because it's not stab. I'm investing heavily into my range defense as well. Driving Force is melee, so I'm actually taking that even better now. So here, we need to go for a Rest or Rejuvenate. I can go for Rejuvenate into a Scapegoat. The main issue is, if I get critical hitted on one of these, it would suck. But actually, because they switch out, I get a free turn. Okay then, now I can just go for Rest easily. There's no way Joel 2 is going to be able to like knock us out. We've already seen like 3 of its moves, and they aren't potential knockout moves. Okay, easy rests. Tase, I mean that's going to do nothing to us because we're behind a Scapegoat. Now we could go to +6 for bulk ups. I just don't want to like take too long and make this person want to just forfeit the battle. I do want Dainuki to actually get like good footage, so we're gonna leave off at 5. 5 should be good enough. Although ideally +6 is better. Anyway, let's start going for the body slams and hope for the best. What's better? It doesn't break my Scapegoat. That is actually perfect. And that's actually the best case scenario, because if they did break my Scapegoat, if I don't one-shot, for example, their Merc or their Wrestling, I'm gonna get Driving Force the heck out, and I lost all of that progress. Enoyed does actually kind of suck for us. This could actually be another Driving Force user, thinking about it. This does suck low because it does resist Body Slam, but I'm just gonna hit it anyway. Armor down. Okay. It outspeeds us. That is a very fast Enoyed. Dang. Why is that so fast? I guess it's probably just what, nimble, brawny, max speed that probably outspeeds my Dainuki, because we're not running like any speed on this. So yeah, that's probably what it is. And I have sluggish as a personality as well. We don't really need speed because we have priority setup moves. Hop kick, okay, dang. Chill, bro. Hit the Enoyed down, and I think all of the other Loomians they have are just neutral to Body Slam. I don't think any of them resist it. Wrestling might potentially be a problem because it is generally pretty melee bulky, but if we did so much to the Enoyed, I don't think Wrestling is gonna live. Yep. Oh! Okay, so yeah, I outsped it because they went for Driving Force, but dang, I actually did nothing to Wrestling. Oh my gosh, I know what it is. That's ignorance. No, I got guts. I got so bad, man. Also, that is also unfortunate. I'm assuming they went for another Driving Force because the Wrestling underspeeds my Iguana. Yep. Well, that is a little unfortunate. Zulong, okay, I think Zulong can actually just clean up the battle now, right? Isn't it just Wrestling and Merc? I mean, hey, Dainuki did what it was intended for, but yeah, that is very unfortunate. We found 2 Driving Force users on one team, and also probably the only person that is running Ignorant Wrestling. Although in this situation, it was actually pretty useful, I guess, for them. If only they just kept it in the entire time, and just kept spamming Driving Force. Because I would have got to +6 bulk ups and expected to one-shot them, so I would have wasted like so much time and just to get it completely obliterated. And yet, Merc, I believe, is lower last. I don't know if it actually lives a hit from Zulong, at like what, 75-ish%? It might go down. At least I'm hoping it does. Nice. Okay, critical hit. I want to say that probably didn't matter, but hey, I'll take it. Although, this set is a little bit gimmicky. I don't know if I would really recommend using this one. It's kind of fun, but like I said, it's a little bit gimmicky. You probably shouldn't be using this specific one, especially because like there are so many better options for like damage dealers or like sweepers. at the end of the day, this is going to go down, especially if the opponent has like driving false users, or especially ignorant users, or just anything that can just one-shot your scapegoats, or even range attackers. I did actually do a battle before this one, and unfortunately the opponent had 1 melee attacker and 6 range attackers, which wasn't going to work. Because no matter how much I set up bulk ups, if they have a range attacker on their side of the field, they can always break my scapegoat in one shot, and then hit me on my weaker defense. So yeah, it's kind of fun. Definitely worth giving a try if you want to go for the secret ability at the very least. But at the end of the day, I don't think you really should be using this like competitively. It's kinda Although, if the opponent doesn't have any range attackers, like if you get rid of them early in the game, I guess it can pop off in theory. Now, moving on to the support Dainuki, which we're running 200 health TPs and 200 melee defense TPs, along with a very robust personality to be as tanky as possible on the melee side. We don't really need any energy investment, so 4 TPs will do. I'm then choosing to run 8 speed TPs to let us potentially outspeed other Dainukis, which of course, if you wanted to, you could invest even more into speed. And then the 88 range defense TPs are leftovers to let us become tankier on the range side. For the held item, we're going to be running heavy shackles to barter and trade items with the opponent, but any other negative held item would be fine here, like volcanic ashes, dry ice, whatever you want. Then for the ability, we're running the secret ability Handy, which will give all of our support moves priority. And finally, for the moves, we're running Barter to trade items with the opponent, Banana Split to set up entry hazard, which will lower the opponent's speed by 1 stage, Provoke is mostly here to prevent the opponent from provoking us, but it will also block the usage of all support moves in general, and lastly, we have Body Slam, so we're not entirely passive. But there are other options like Near Enchantment, Fire Enchantment, Emulate, Impersonate, Tease, Wonder Herb, Enamor, Tricky Tactics, or even Rejuvenate. Okay then, and next battle, I think the support Dainuki looks pretty good here. I mean, there are a couple of things I can actually give Heavy Shackles. Gotta be a little bit careful though, because there's a good chance Zulong is holding, what, Specialty Goggles? Dainuki doesn't really want Specialty Goggles, so we have to be a little bit selective with when I send it out, but I think for the most part it should be good. Okay then, once again, let's go for the Mamask lead. They go with the Obsidian, and hey, it's a rainbow one. So, I think first off, they will definitely just hard switch. It's a Zulong vs Obsidian. There is no way they're gonna live in Elemental Burst unless they're like running maybe a bit of range defense, so I'm gonna get some free Barbs up. Oh, they actually stay in. Well, they know I ain't Zulong now. And Earthquake. Okay, so they do think I am Zulong, but yeah, that's not really gonna do anything. And even if they go for Primal Slash, I'm very confident I can live maybe another 1 or 2 moves, so could actually go for more Layer Barbs. I'll go for Provoke first though, because I'm pretty sure I gave Obsidian back. It's been a while since I've battled OK for the new season. And yeah, I don't want to like deal with potential Barbs. Was it Barbs or was it Mudslide? No, Mudslide doesn't support, so I didn't just try going for that move. I think they tried going for their own Layer Barbs. I guess I'll go for Slapdown here. We don't need to get too greedy with entry hazards, and dang, it is definitely a PvP Rainbow Obsidian then. Which obviously isn't like the greatest compared to normal Obsidian. The ability is kind of whack, Premonition unfortunately he caught, and also personality isn't the most optimal, but I mean hey, who cares? If you want to use it, go for it. Let's go for more Barbs. Might as well if they're just gonna let me do it. They shouldn't KO us again here. Nope, so that means I can go for a Nulla Provoke just before I fence. Yeah, I think that's exactly what we do here. But heavy armor, why do they keep using Earthquake Glow? Okay, they tried going for another support move. I want to say that's probably still Barbs? I don't really know like what other move they'd want to click here. There's Earthquake. Yeah, that should knock us out. That's fine. Mamaska's done its job. It's got 3 layer Barbs down. Obsidian is still under Provoke. So I think we just go into my actual Zulong and we just threaten a knockout. They stay in, so I'm pretty sure it should get knocked out. Nice. Okay, I mean, there is no way it lives, right? Because we know it's heavy armor, so it's most likely running max melee defense investments. and we have specialty goggles, so there's no way we don't. Valkyrie, good switch. Maybe they know I am actually specialty goggles, or maybe they just like assume because that's generally the go-to Zulong. Here we can just go into Eliguana. This Dainuki is very melee bulky, so we kind of want to be a little bit careful. If we have range attackers on the field, we want to go for, we want to bring it in as a revenge killer, not necessarily just hard switch it in. But I guess Valkyrie, I might be fine. I might be fine. There's only, really, 2 moves I really want to click, but if we can avoid it, we can try. I'm just gonna go for Flash and Fleet. No, they have Tatab. Do they have an Earth type? I don't think so. I'm gonna go for Zip Zap here. They stay in and go for Metal Blast. That is completely fine. We could actually go back into Zulong here. I mean, yeah, that would just completely die. Unless it's boost, but we know for a fact it isn't. So yeah, I think we just go back into Zulong. We just threaten another KO. Or if they switch, they're switching something into free layer Bob, so it's going to do a lot of damage. Ancient Raw here is probably better, but nope, let's stay in. I will gladly take my knockout, and then now they should go into Zulong, because I'm locked into my move that only hits them for quad resisted. Yeah, there we are. So we just go back into Eliguana, and we click Zip Zap, and then we go into my Dainuki. We click Barter to get something Heavy Shackles, and then I can try and set up a Banana Split, so I'm basically guaranteed to outspeed everything. Basically, I'm pretty sure. Elemental Burst, yep, that's fine. Archaic Shell, okay. Well, glad I didn't leave my Zulong in, even though there's no way I was gonna do that. Yeah, Flash and Flee is Green Arrow, but we click Zip Zap here. We're not looking for damage, we're looking just to pivot the heck out of here. They do go for the withdraw into Tatab. Yep, exactly what I was expecting. Dainuki is weak to Brawler, but I think we still go into it, because this is most likely, what, a boot user? I don't really mind Dainuki getting boots. The main issue is, if I do get boots, I gotta click Banana Split, otherwise I can't use it. So let's battle first turn. I'm super investing into my melee defense, so I want to say I tank. I don't think I got an item. Okay. I mean, sure. I was kind of hoping for something at the very least, though. But I'm not going to complain about that. We can just go for Banana Split here. Otherwise, we'll feint on the next turn. So we might as well, if we're going to feint this turn anyway, and we don't really do that much damage, we might as well get an entry hazard on the field, right? So there we are. Love to see it. And then now I think we can just go back into Zulong and just start clicking Elemental Bursts, right? I could maybe click Fire Breath on the Tata, but I think it should go down to an Elemental Burst. But if I'm wrong, I kind of lose, so I guess we go Fire Breath. Just for the guaranteed knockout. Not trying to risk anything here right now, okay? So yep. Although, that probably would have been a boot one if I had to guess, if they did have an item on it. Zulong is back out. It's lost half of its health just because of the entry hazards. And now I am definitely going to outspeed it. I guess the only way it outspeeds us is if it's boots, very nimble, and then because we're at -1, I think right now we would actually speed tie. I think that is the only way they would outspeed us, is if we speed tie. And they got the 50% chance. So yeah, there's no point risking it low because I'm still locked into Fire Breath. So we just go Eliguana. Because Tatab is down as well, we can actually just go for a Flash and Flee, I'm pretty sure. But again, we're not looking for damage on Eliguana. We're just looking for a reliable pivot to go back into Zulong. So yep, this Dainuki, I would definitely say is your more go-to one. The other one is a little bit gimmicky. It's very reliant on the opponent bringing melee attackers, or at the very least you getting rid of the range attackers. Whereas this one, it actually helps support the team. It's another Banana Split user, which is a very restricted move. Only 3 Loomians in the game now have it. Banoki, Banfino, and Dainuki. Which, just in case you're wondering why this has it, for like Tanuki lore, they can basically change into anything and transform into anything, which is why it has emulate. But I thought it'd be funny, like, oh, for banana split, it just becomes the banana itself. Kind of dumb. The reasoning, like, isn't anything crazy. It's just like, yeah, it'd be kind of funny. Although, Dainuki has a lot of support options. And I might have gone a little bit overboard, I will admit that. Okay then, and their last Loomian is Stratosaur. Okay, well, Eleguen is a little bit weak, unfortunately. And now we have to switch out because I'm locked into Elemental Burst, unfortunately. So we have to bring it back out. It's gonna be weird if this Stratosaur has Teardown and they didn't go into it earlier, because they just kind of sacked their Zulong by letting us outspeed it. But yeah, this is most likely Soul Burst if I had to guess. So there is a chance it outspeeds us, I'm pretty sure. Oh, they forfeited. I think they just ran out of time. Well, I think it would be fine. My idea was, okay, I'll go Sukame, let Sukame go down because there's no way it's really going to be helpful against a Stratosaur. Then I can try to go into Eleguana, because then I might potentially take a hit, or at the very least I can make them use their Soul move to get rid of us. And then Zulong should be good. I think if they don't have their Soul Burst left, Soul Burst move left, I'm pretty sure we can take any move from them, and then just one-hit them back. So, kinda sucks that we didn't get the last KO, but that's completely fine. But, let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about Dainuki? Do you think it is too strong? And if you do think that, what do you think should be removed from its arsenal? Because, like I said, it has a lot of move options. It is kinda crazy, but again, it is a simple type, and because a lot of simple types are being pretty meh, although actually when I say that, Trumbull when it was first released and Moochum were really, really good. Dainuki recently has been really, really good, so maybe I didn't need to go overboard for the simple types. Maybe they're actually fine, but I don't know. Like I said, let me know what you think in the comments.